The Justin Robert Young Show. Brought to you, as always, by everybody who supports us at PayJuryDaily.com. Again, PayJuryDaily.com. It's where you can support the show. It's where you can be a part of things, where you can get your name read off at the end of the episode. Folks, it's all there for you. Head on over to PayJuryDaily.com. Brings you to our Patreon support. You know, if you want. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Enough of talking about how we get the show going, folks. What do you say we just do the damn thing? Ho, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Justin Robert Young Show. My name is Justin Robert Young. Sorry to everybody on YouTube. Gillette got our episode last week. You had to catch it on. You had to catch it on Twitch. You can catch it on the Twitch VOD if that's the case. I don't quite know how. I mean, I guess we played a little bit about the Gillette ad at the beginning, but holy shit, did they nail it, man. God forbid somebody talk about the ad that they created to be talked about. Man, I swear to God, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a cranky mood. I got a lot going on. You know, we're publishing this new Night Attack album, All's Well, a Night Attack album coming out next Tuesday. It's my job to get it up on CD, baby. And, you know, I'm just in a mood, man. I guess I'm just running too many things, too little time. I'm proud of the album, though. Very excited to get it out there for you guys. You know, it's just been a real process uploading it and making sure that everything's good. You know, that's the problem, man. This is one of those things is, you know, once you push this boat out into the ocean, you really don't quite know where it's going to go. But here's something that people will know, that if you wander into the the desert of Namibia, then you might hear the gentle strains of the classic 80s song, Africa by Toto. I mean, I don't know. Well, what do we know it more now as? Do we know this song more as a gentle song of the 80s? Or do we know it more as a meme in our modern era? Because it has certainly had a second life that will continue to stretch into our pop culture as, you know, Weezer. Did you know that Weezer's cover of Africa, because it was a meme, because it was something on Twitter, was like one of the top 10 rock songs streamed in all of 2018? Weezer had a massive hit covering this song, Africa. It is not the Weezer version, but the Toto version that currently and forever will be playing, though, in Namibia. We read now from a CNN article. Toto's Africa has come home, so to speak, thanks to an installation by an artist who plans to play the song on a loop in the Namibian desert for eternity. German-Namibian artist Max Seidentoff has set up the sound installation called Toto Forever in an undisclosed location in the 1,200-mile-long Namib Desert. The desert on the west coast of southern Africa is around 55 million years old, making it the world's oldest desert and the perfect spot for his work, Seidentoff, 27, told CNN in an email. Hopefully the song will play for just as long. Now, if you are only listening to me, allow me to explain what this looks like. Effectively, it looks like as if I, Justin Robert Young, and his college roommate were given $200 from IKEA and 30 minutes to conceive of and set up this exact kind of installation. It just looks terrible. It looks awful. It's a bunch of, computer speakers that are all wired together. The wires aren't even hidden. They're literally just like holes drilled in these IKEA-style pillars. I mean, I guess they're just wooden, like, cabinets, maybe. A knockoff iPad or iPod is at the center of it, and a few solar-powered batteries are visibly laid out next to it. Again, if it weren't for the fact that Toto's Africa, for whatever reason, is now just a meme in our popular culture, somebody would look at this and say, why are they putting trash in the fucking desert? Why on earth is some weird German dude throwing a bunch of IKEA leftovers in the desert? This would be something he should be fined for. He should be arrested. He should be sent to prison for littering in the desert. I don't understand why anybody thinks that this is a good idea. Which, of course, just brings us back to why this song is so culturally enduring. And so I want to do something that we often like to do here on this show, and that is to break down the lyrics of Toto's Africa. Tally Zarel in our chat asked if the guy is from Namibia. He's German Namibian. Whatever the hell that means. Here are the lyrics. I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in at 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me to say, "Hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you. It's going to take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had." All right. This is a well-written song. I will cast no shade on this song. As far as this genre of music, the 80s go, there were, the 80s weren't the 70s when it came to story rock. The 70s, there was a lot of very evocative storytelling, characters and motivations and understandable ideas, themes. The 80s, it was a lot of everybody Wang Chung tonight. The point of it was not who is Wang Chung and what is Wang Chung's hopes and dreams. It was about having a good time. The rhythm is gonna get you. The rhythm is gonna get you. The rhythm is gonna get you. It's about the dance. It's about the party. It's about a good time. This, for, when did this come out? 1982, I think, Toto's Africa initially came out. Somebody in the chat hit me back on that. I'm not going to cast shade on it. However, it does make me wonder this. I imagine that there is some level of understanding that this is internet famous, that the art installation guy, inspired him to put this installation out there in the desert. I would wonder what would happen if somebody from Namibia wrote a song about America, like Detroit, and then they decided, oh, I'm going to put this song in the, in an underpass, in Detroit, right? Like, I wonder what that would be. What would be the Detroit version of "The Wild Dogs Cry Out in the Night"? Well, I guess that could probably be the same in certain neighborhoods. As they grow restless, longing for some solitary company, I know that I must do what's right, as sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus over the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become. It'll take me a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing more that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had. And then we kind of just get into the bridge and then a repeated chorus. Hurry, boy, she's waiting there for you. I bless the rains down in Africa. I bless the rains down in Africa. Was in 1982 that this song was released. What would be the American version? Bunker KC says, knees are weak, arms are heavy, vomit on a sweater already, mom spaghetti. That would be it. It would be somebody saying, all right, we're just going to put a bunch of laptop speakers underneath an overpass in Detroit and play Lose Yourself for infinity. Forever. We're always going to have Lose Yourself playing. That's the only thing that's going to be able to happen here with my brand new art installation. It's not art. I mean, look, I guess anything can be art. But art, at the end of the day, has to be understood and recognized as art by the populace. Now, maybe this is something that becomes more brilliant the further you get into time. Maybe we appreciate and understand how enduring Africa is. Maybe in 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, 200 years, we are still singing Africa. It long outlasts the gigantic hit makers, not only of its era, but of all time. Maybe at some point, the United States of America, or hell, even Namibia, replaces their national anthem with whatever it is now, with Toto's Africa. Maybe. And at some point, this young man, 27-year-old Max Seidentoff, will be heralded as a brilliant genius. He will be like the old racist that made Mount Rushmore. We'll forget about the modern context of who this man was, and we will only appreciate the greatness of his artistic vision. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cheap wooden stanchions with a bunch of loosely placed solar-powered batteries and desktop computer speakers with a knockoff iPad. Maybe we won't look at this as totally cheap and a bunch of trash in the desert. We will look at it as a prophecy of what was to come. Nobody saw it coming except for Max Seidentoff. Or this is all a hoax and he literally just set it up so he could take pictures and get some press in CNN. Maybe one of those. Either that. One of the two. One of the two. Either he's there forever or it's probably already been taken down. He didn't say where you could find it, by the way. He said it was in an undisclosed location, which means if nobody ever finds it, he can just say, oh, it's just in another part of the desert. Sorry, you guys didn't figure out where it was. All right. You guys can go ahead and send me an email at jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, jurydaily@gmail.com is where you can reach me. I asked you guys to send me where you guys listen to this show. D. Brew sent me that he listens on his evening commute. Then also adds that my audio has been super blown out for 2 days running. He asks if I've turned my preamp up to 11. I don't care because I'll listen to this shit until the end of time. Hope you're putting out shows until the heat death of the universe. I have to say, D-Brew, I went back and listened to the last 2 episodes. It didn't sound to me as super blown out. But if you guys have had a problem with the audio on this show, then let me know. Please. I always want to know technical feedback on what's going on. But do me a favor, guys. Send me where you listen to the show, how you listen to the show, how you enjoy it. If it's part of your daily routine, then go ahead and let me know. In the meanwhile, I want to hear about what your American versions of the Namibian art installation would be. What songs would they play? Where would it be placed? Would it be immediately removed as a pile of trash? I mean, I guess could you find some field in Montana where nobody would care? And what would you play? What would be the song about Montana? I mean, I guess that new Kanye album was initially going to be called Montana. Maybe it would just be it would just be the Ye album over and over and over again, which is kind of a downer, you know. It starts out as I thought about killing myself. Premeditated murder. I mean, that would be a little bit of a downer. Imagine you're trying to fly fish in Montana, and next thing you know, there's Kanye talking about his bipolar suicide attempts. That would be a little bit unsettling. I don't know if the natives would very much appreciate it. All right. That about wraps it up for today's today's episode of the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you want to send us an email, go ahead, jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, that is jurydaily@gmail.com. We want to thank our producers. You can be named on this show if you head on over to payjurydaily.com. Today's producers, the Gen, PD Rave, Non-Specific, Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, well, Redneck Tech, James O.G. Brito, well, and Matthew B. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @Justin R. Young. Join our Discord, bit.ly/JuryDiscord to submit stories. Until next time, friends, this is your old pal, Justin Robert Young, asking you to please give a round of applause for Mr. Wacky. And please, don't.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.